Hello, my name is Tony Masunda, and I will be explaining my assignment two. And I'm going to start with part one, which is bookstore core. And I created a class customer with the constructor with three parameters and initialized, followed by their getter methods, which have property decorators. And next we have the stock class following the same excuse me, following the same order, and um, with as well as the order class, but the types of the parameters of the constructor, um, they are from another class. They are objects of other classes, um, followed by their get methods. And on shipping class, I imported a, a library, datetime, which is going to be used to determine the date of shipping, and it has its get methods and as well as its set methods. We're going to set the ship cost by inputting the ship cost as a parameter. And we have the calculate ship cost, um, which has a Boolean parameter whether to determine whether the shipping is urgent or not, which will then which then gets to the decision making. If it is urgent, there is a specific price for it, and if it is not, there is another price for it. Next is the invoice class, which has its parameters, and the initialize and the get methods are there. And then we have the bookstore class, which sorry, which has its which has one attribute which is not passed down as a parameter but is initialized as an empty list with its get methods, and there is another method that is used to search for an invoice, and we have the test class, and if we run it we get the total invoice. Moving on to part two, we have the person class. Sorry, excuse me. Part two, it is the bookstore core inheritance, and we are creating a base class of person with attributes name, phone, and email, which are initialized and it has its get methods. And we're making a child class customer, which is of type, which is inheriting from the person class. That means it is going to get the methods from the person class. So I input the parameters, and to inherit I used the super, and now we have our next base class, which is product. um, Product has two parameters. Product has two parameters with its get methods, and we're going to create a child class of class stock, which is inheriting from the product class. And there is an added attribute from of the stock class which is not inherited, which is not going to be inherited from the product class, and therefore we have to make its getter method as well. We have moving on. It is the same as of the bookstore core, which is part one, and if we run it, it should give us a similar result like that. And then moving on to bookstore GUI, we're going to import Tinker as TK, and from Tinker we're going to import the message box, and to we're going to use part 2, we're going to integrate part 2, which is bookstore core inheritance, and we're going to import the classes that need to be used. So it is all under one class, which is the book ordering system, and its parameter, it has the root, and we're going to initialize the GUI for the book ordering system. So we have the title of the of the whole application, and we have our empty list, and then we're going to create our customer form by creating the labels. We're going to make the frame and the entry fields, and we're going to create the coordinates of the grid. We're going to create the buttons as well with its coordinates, and then the next one is the booking form. The book input form. We're going to input our books, and we're creating the labels with their coordinates as well, and the entry fields and coordinates of the grids. Now we're going to create the button so that we can finish with this whole method. And then next we're going to create the control panel. The control panel, which is going to display, it's going to be used to display, as that's how I understood the whole situation, because there was a point where it was not displaying the application. So here we have here we're going to we're initializing the customer drop down with the placeholder by creating a customer menu and as a variable with its coordinates as well, and we're going to initialize the book drop down, so it is coming from the customer form and the book input form. Then we're going to create our check button for whether if it is urgent or not, and we're going to create buttons that are going to give commands. And we have our next one, which is to add a customer. Our next method is to add customer, and we're going to initialize the parameters by using get methods. And then here we are validating the inputs, and I used an updated drop down menu that will automatically update. So after, if successful, it will show a message in a message box. And we are going to, the next one is and the next method is add book, which gets the book name, and we are also going to do error handling and validating the inputs. As well, we are updating the drop down menu, and if successful, will show a message. Next, we are making methods for the order placement, the calculating of, the calculate shipping, invoice generation, invoice search, and invoice repository view. So now we are running the main code by using root.main loop. Thank you.